Good morning and hello again. Today I want to talk about teaching pronunciation. You know that it is not a separate part of our lesson. It is mixed with teaching grammar, teaching vocabulary, teaching function, because in all of the language skills we follow MFP, meaning form and pronunciation, and one part of teaching grammar, one part of teaching function, one part of teaching vocabulary is pronunciation. And we need to know which aspects of pronunciation should be practiced with the learners and what are different aspects of phonology we should focus on them during a session when we mean meaningful pronunciation, by P in MFP. Again, let me review the aims. These are the aims. Classify different aspects of pronunciation. Categorize segmental and suprasegmental features. Apply rules to master the learner's segmental and suprasegmental features. خب چون این مینیمال پر الان تو کلاس نیستیم، اینجا نمیشه اجراش کرد. روند فعالیتش رو فقط توضیح بدم. In this activity you write minimal pairs on piece of papers and contribute among the students. They should say the words aloud and find their partner. Do you know what do we mean aslan by minimal pairs? What does minimal pairs mean? Do you know? So, vocabulary is like pat and mat, cat and mat. Just there is one a different sound in them. We call them minimal pair. In Persian, maybe we do not have any problem in understanding minimal pairs, but in some languages, the listeners of those languages have problem by minimal pairs because they have similar sound, and just there is one sound that is different between the first word and the second word, like pat and mat. It is somehow difficult for the listener which one is correct. Pat is said or mat is said. We call them minimal pairs. Minimal pairs, let me show you a list. Minimal pairs are very useful for practicing pronunciation, especially individual sounds. Look at these examples, like run, one, white. Right, here in the first column, run, right, there is just one sound, not letters, just one sound. Like here, batter, batter, cut, cat, bit, 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 pin, bin, not note, There's just one sound that is different between two words. We have some terms, we need to know them in teaching pronunciation. We have a lot of terms in pronunciation and phonology, but we just focus on some which are useful for us. Let me find my key terms. Yes, this is the key term. Let me upload it. The first one is phoneme. The first term is phoneme. The phoneme is the smallest unit of sounds. The smallest unit of sounds that makes differences to meaning, that changes the meaning. Like S in books. Yeah? S is phoneme. That is change. It changes the meaning of the book from singular to plural. So the smallest unit of sound is phoneme. We have some phonemic symbols which we use mostly in dictionary to show that phoneme sound. For example, these are phonemic symbols that you have seen in different types of dictionary, that each of them presents and represents a sound, like E or U. Another one is vowel. You know it. Vowels like E. Yeah. The sounds that made with the mouth partly open. A, E, U. Yeah. And the earth does not stop. Does not stop. We do not stop the air while we say that sounds. We have diphthong. The diphthong is the movement from one vowel to another vowel. And again, we can say combination of two sounds is diphthong. Combination of two sounds. Like make. There is two sound here. A. Or sow. Ow. From a, we move to o. Ow. Or make. A. Yeah? So it is diphthong. Consonant, again, you know what is consonant. The flow of air is partly stopped, blocked. When we say the, b, yeah? We block the air while saying these sounds. We have voice sounds and unvoiced sounds. The voice sounds are spoken using the vibration. When you put your finger on your vocal cords, yeah, the vocal cords vibrate. For example, b, b, b. You feel a vibration on your vocal cords. But unvoiced sounds, we do not have any vibration. P, p, p. Because we pronounce them with our lips, with our mouth. And there is not relationship between pronouncing those sounds with our vocal cords. We call them unvoiced sounds. Another one is word stress. You know that each word has one main stress. For example, student or photography. We put greater energy and higher energy in one part of the vocabulary. We call it word stress. The next one is sentence stress. One part of the sentence, one part of the sentence have more or less. One part of the sentence has more or less stress. I mean, we say louder or slower, quicker or softly. For example, sell my car, sell my car. What you hear is sell and car. And my is not under pressure, is not louder like selling car. We say that sell my car. We will talk about them in details. What do we mean by sentence stress in detail and how to find stress, sentence stress in a sentence. The next part is intonation. Again, you know, we have falling intonation and rising intonation. Like What is his name? What is his name? It is falling intonation. Or are you hungry? Are you hungry? It is rising intonation. The next part is contraction, like I'm, the contraction form of I am, his, contraction form of he is, and minimal pairs that I told you, like ship and sheep, chip and ship, hot and hats. We call them minimal pairs. Hope, do you have any question? No. No. Hope, Mahdi, what is minimal pairs? What is minimal pair?
Can you hear?
Turn on the microphone. Yes, I can hear you.
Some words like cat, hot, or we can say ran. Right.
Yeah. Words are distinguished by only one phoneme, one sound. Yeah, like pat and mat, ship and sheep. Very good. So, Hania, what is diphthong?
Hello.
Hello.
Diphthong was the word without single syllables. For example, you said make is from phonics like A and yes, make.
Yeah. Yeah, exactly. So we can say combination of two sounds, combination of two vowel sounds. Yeah, combination of two vowel sounds. Oh, very good. Let me come back to the PowerPoint. So we divide and categorize different parts of phonology to two aspects, to two categories. We call them features of sounds. One type of feature sounds is called segmental, and the next one is supra-segmental. By segmental features, we mean vowel, consonants, and diphthong. Yeah, let me write diphthong here, because here on the other side of vowel we have diphthong. Diphthong. Diphthongs. As by segmental we mean vowels, consonants, and diphthongs. And by suprasegmental features, we mean the sounds are beyond the individual sounds in a word, like word stress, sentence stress, and connected speech and intonation. Yeah? What we should cover in teaching pronunciation is these features of phoneme, these features of sounds. Yeah, vowel, diphthong, consonant, word stress, segmental, sentence stress, connected speech, and intonation. Individual sounds in a word are segmental features, and beyond the individual sounds we have suprasegmental features, such as word stress, sentence stress, connected speech, and intonation. About the segmental features, as I told you, we have vowels, consonant, and diphthongs. Yeah? As you see, this is the phonemic symbols. This is the phonemic, or these are the phonemic symbols. We can see them in dictionaries. The above part here shows the vowels. We have 12 vowels here. We have here 7 diphthongs, and the consonant
24 consonants. The learners need to know these sounds and should be mastered in using them. Yeah? E, I. How we can teach them, how we can practice with the learners, how we can use these symbols, or how can I say it? How can I aid learners master these sounds is what we should do in part of MFP, in part of P from MFP, in teaching vocabulary, in teaching grammar, and in teaching function. These are the symbols, but we need to know some classroom activities to practice these sounds with the learners. The first activity is find your partner. For find your partner, you can use minimal pair. Minimal pair. Minimal pair is very, very useful activity. Very useful practice for practicing individual sounds. As I told you, like pat and mat, p and m are similar sounds, and the learners need to focus on it, pay attention to find which one is correct, pat or mat. Yeah, find your partner by minimal pair. The next one is write question. You can use minimal pairs in questions and contribute the questions among the learners to ask each other. Yeah, to ask each other. Let me show you. ای داده بیداد کجایی فایلم کجایی فایلم چرا نیستی intonation reading terms right question I found it خب yeah, you can write questions like these ones, yeah, and two parts, one part for learner A and learner B, and give them to work in pair. You should ask your partner, what does pray mean? What does what? Yeah, if you can understand, you should define it. But if you do not understand it, you can say that, yeah, play or pray. Yeah, it is very useful for practicing again individual sounds which are similar, like pray and play, very and very, wet and vet, cart and cart, yeah, or sit and seat, thin and thin, shell and sell, west and vest. We can contribute among the learners and ask them to practice these minimal pairs within questions, yeah, within questions. The next one is bingo game. The bingo game, you remember, we had it in teaching alphabet letters, yeah? We had it. You can draw a table like this one, 3 column in 3 column, 3 column in 3 rows, and write sounds on this table. For example, A. I don't know, A. چه اینجوری می نویسه؟ از صفحه خارج میشه. خب یه لحظه من بینگو گیم رو تو فونیکس گفته بودیم، یادتونه دیگه، من دوباره نگم چون جدول میخوام بکشم اجازه نمیده. یادتونه بینگو گیمو برای صداها یه جدول 9 تایی میکشیدیم، صداها رو مینویسیم توش، بعد کلمه میگیم بچه‌ها بس بفهمن که این کلمه کدوم صدا رو داره، تو اون بنویسن. هر کی سه تا رو ستونی یا عمودی نوشت، ببخشید عمودی یا افقی نوشت، میگه بینگو. میریم چک میکنیم، اگه درست بود که اینا هستش اینجا، اصلا حواسم نبود. بینگو گیم اینجا هستش، اصلا آماده‌اش. مثل این مثلا میگیم wet میشه چی؟ این. یه بار میگیم vest میشه این. میگیم very fit میشه این شخص میگه بینگو. چرا؟ چون سه تاشو گفته. به این شکل tin west vest اینجوری تمرین میکنیم. همون مینیمال پر هاست دوباره تو بینگو داریم استفاده میکنیم. The next one is tongue twister. We have them in Farsi. کشتم شش اینا رو. اونا. Again, in this activity can aid learners to focus on individual sounds. If two witches would watch, two witches watches which would watch which watch. Yeah? It is for t or w because these two sounds are more repeated in these sentences. You can find tongue twisters on this website. Or for example, a good cook could cook as much cookies as a good cook who could cook cookies. Yeah? We can read it? We can read it. Nobody. Anya.
I can. May I?
Yes.
A good cook could cook as much cookies as good cook who could cook cookies.
Yeah. Very good. The next one.
خب تا اینجا چی بحث کردیم پس؟ در مورد سگمنتال ها. سگمنتال ها چیا بودن؟ اینا بودن دیگه. واول ها و دیفتانگ ها و کانسوننت ها. خب اینو نیاز به اکتیویتی داریم. این یه تعداد اکتیویتی که اینجا معرفی کردیم. آیا اکتیویتی های دیگه هم هست میشه استفاده کرد؟ بله خیلی. هم خودتون میتونید فکر کنید، ابداع کنید، هم تو اینترنت بگردید، خط فراوونه. اما سوپرا سگمنتال فیچرز. اولین نکته در مورد ورد استرسه. How learners can find the stress patterns of words. We need to check dictionary. You should look up the words in a dictionary to find out where is the exact syllabus pattern. ببخشید. Stress pattern. Amma there are some general rules. There are some general rules we can teach learners to know where is the stress pattern of a sentence, the stress syllable of a sentence. Look at this video.
Hi, my name is Jeff. I am an ESL teacher, and today I'm going to talk about word stress. First, I'll briefly explain what stress is, and then I'll give you 5 basic rules to help you stress the right syllable in a word. Every language has its own music, so when you learn a language, you also need to learn the rhythm of that language. When I learned English, this was a major difficulty for me, because my first language, French, doesn't use stress. In French, we pronounce every syllable with equal emphasis, like the word Canada, for example. English, on the other hand, uses stress, which means that whenever a word has 2 syllables or more, one of them is more accentuated.
میکنید کلمه
استرس داره، مثلا میگید خانه، نمیگیم که خانه اینجوری نمیگیم که استرس نداره. یه نوع فرانسوی، اما انگلیسی نه. انگلیسی از دو سیلابس و بالاتر یه مقدار صدا بایستی گفته بشه.
It's louder and longer, like the word banana, for example.
Banana.
But the hardest part for the learner is to pick the right syllable to stress. Yes, English has a little challenge for you. Its stress patterns are mostly unpredictable. So when you learn a new word, you also need to learn its stress pattern. Fortunately, today I'll make your life easier by giving you 5 general rules that will help you stress the right syllable. Here they are. Rule number 1. With most nouns and adjectives with 2 syllables, the stress is on the first syllable.
So what is the first rule? Most
An adjective with 2 syllables, the stress is on the first
syllable.
Progress, present, engine,
Engine.
increase,
Increase.
record,
Record.
jealous,
Jealous.
cautious,
Cautious.
awkward,
Awkward.
pleasant.
Pleasant.
Rule number 2. With most verbs with 2 syllables, the stress is on the last syllable.
Amma with the stress in the
and the second syllable or the last syllable.
Present,
Present.
increase,
Chris.
emit,
Fit.
announce,
Announce.
begin,
Begin.
arrange,
Arrange.
impress,
Impress.
decide,
Decide.
offend,
Fence.
record.
Record.
Rule number 3. The words ending in shen are usually stressed on the second last
Second
syllable.
last syllable.
Education,
Education.
intuition,
Education.
concentration,
Concentration.
demonstration,
Demonstration.
permission,
Permission.
obsession,
Obsession.
musician,
Musician.
magician,
Magician.
technician.
Technician.
Television is an important exception here.
Exception. Yes, yes.
Rule number 4. Words ending in ik are usually stressed on the second last syllable. Economic,
Economic.
realistic,
Realistic.
strategic,
Strategic.
mechanic,
Organic.
geographic,
Geographic.
dramatic,
Thematic.
pessimistic,
Pessimistic.
academic,
Academic.
poetic,
Poetic.
electric.
Electric.
Rule number 5. Words ending in e or u are usually stressed on the last syllable. Employee, guarantee, degree, shampoo, tattoo, taboo. Committee and coffee are important exceptions here as well. So there you have it, 5 easy rules that can help you stress the right syllable. In conclusion, here's a word of caution about word stress. When in doubt, don't stress. What I mean is this.
چی شد پس؟ میگه when in doubt.
وقتی شک دارید چیکار کنید؟ Don't stress. When in doubt,
Don't stress.
What I mean is this. It's better not to use stress at all than to stress the wrong syllable. I know this from experience. I remember talking about something that was awkward, and people were looking at me weird. They did not understand. Oh, you mean awkward? So stressing the wrong syllable can definitely make it harder for people to understand. Thank you for watching this presentation, and see you soon.
Hope. No question. No question?
no teacher. خب این از word stress. The next part is
sentence stress and connected speech. نه مرتبط با همن. Sentence stress چیه؟ Look at the example. We say cats eat fish in a same level of sound. Cats eat fish. Look at the next one. The cat eats the fish. Cats eat the fish. Which are the main words of this sentence? Cats eat fish. And without these two the, again the meaning is the same. Cats eat fish. Cats eat fish. The cat eats the fish. Again here, we have the, will, the. Again, cats eat the fish. The cats will the fish. The cats will eat the fish. من هی جا می‌ذارم. دوباره اینجا. They will have eaten the fish. Again, in all of these sentences, the main words are cats eat fish. 3 words. The words that carry the meaning, like cats eaten fish, we call them content words, and the words are used for showing the grammatical structure are called function words. Look at this chart. The content words are main verbs. These are the words, the vocabulary that carry the meaning in the sentence. The main verbs are content words, go, talk, write, etc. Nouns, adjectives, adverbs, negative auxiliaries, can't, do, don't, aren't. Demonstrative, this, that, those. Question words, WH question words. On the other side, we have function words, like pronouns, prepositions, articles, conjunctions, auxiliary verbs, and to-be verb. In a sentence, we say content words with more emphasis rather than to function words. Look at this example again. The cat will have eaten the fish. The. We do not say the cat will have, yeah? We say the cats. It should be shorter and weaker. The function word should be shorter and weaker. The cats should be with more emphasis. The cat will have eaten the fish. The cat will have. We do not say will have, will have. Will have eaten the fish, yeah? As you remember in teaching MFE, in teaching grammar, yeah? When we have a sentence like this one, we should practice these parts with the learners to know that which part is function words and which part is content words, and how we pronounce each part. خب. Let me again show you a video. چون video is very به نظرم good and more meaningful because of the graphic that is used for presenting. خب. Sentence stress.
Hey everyone, welcome to ElementalEnglish.com. Today's lesson is on de-stressed function words, an English pronunciation lesson. My students often tell me that Americans speak too fast, and that makes us difficult to understand. But actually, it's not so much our speed that can make us difficult to understand. It's how we de-stress our function words and transform sounds with connected speech. This change in sound is the major difference between written and spoken English. For example, we would not say, I went to the store, but we stress our content words and de-stress our function words to say, I went to the store. So to the became to the. The music of English comes from stressing and de-stressing syllables and words.
As you can, by content words, I mean that we say it with more emphasis. But for function words, we did them. It means that we make it shorter and weaker.
We stress content words, which carry the meaning of the sentence, and we de-stress function words, which provide the sentence's grammar and structure, but do not carry much meaning. To de-stress means we say function words weaker and shorter, many times with a schwa and a. Function words. The 5 types of function words that we de-stress are articles, such as a, and, the, conjunctions, like and, but, so, auxiliary verbs, can, am, is, pronouns, he, she, one, prepositions, to, for. Commonly de-stressed function words include the following. To becomes ta. For becomes for. At becomes it. And becomes an. Or becomes You becomes ya. Him becomes im. Have becomes of. Can becomes kin. Do becomes d. Got it? Let's practice. Notice how I lengthen my content words, such as nouns and verbs, and say my function words quickly. Listen and repeat. I'm going to the store. Do you want anything? Do you want to drive to the game? I'll get a watch for him. She has to meet us there.
Function words when we teach MFP, yeah?
I can completely understand what you're saying. Remember, you do not need to speak exactly like this to be understood. However, de-stressing function words, in addition to stressing content words, is an important part of creating the music of English in your speech. Don't forget to subscribe to
Hope. Example here, I want you to practice in it. We'll say my car because we've gone to France. So car, gone, France are content words, and the rest of the sentence, all the words are functions words, yeah? So we should make them short and weaker. Will you know, will you say my car, my car, because of gone to France, yeah? We should practice with the learners, even part by part. Will you sell? Will you sell? In this way, we can develop the learner's pronunciation. خب حالا we have some terms here and some action we do while we want to read a sentence, and they are related to connected speech for distressing function words and stressing content words. The first one is weakening. As I told you, in weakening, vowel sounds are pronounced as a. They should be shorter. For example, have to go, say it, have to go. haftige, tige, tige, the. Bag of chips, say it, bag of, bag of, bag of, yeah? Here, the vowels are pronounced shorter as a shaw. Or for example, I can sing, they say I can sing. Yeah? This is weakening. The next one is Elysian. Look at this example. We say next customer. Next, we do not pronounce t. Yeah, we do not pronounce t. It is omission of sounds, omission of a phoneme. You know that. You remember that we call that smallest unit of sounds as a phoneme. By elision, we omit one consonant, especially when we have multiple consonants, one after other, like Christmas, yeah? Or next customer. We do not say next customer. You must come. We do not say you must come. You must come, must. Iced tea, yeah? This is elision. Again, this is one part of teaching pronunciation we should practice with the learners in MFP. Elision. The next one is assimilation. In assimilation, a sound changes because it is affected by the following sounds. We change the sounds. For example, 10 boys. We do not 10 boys. We say 10 boys. Hot bath. We do not say hot bath. We say hot bath. Or good cause. These are assimilation. The next one is intrusion. In intrusion, we add a new sound. We add a new sound to allow the speaker to link two words more easily. For example, mother and father. Mother. Yeah. After R, we add one R. Modern. Or W, like Tom treat. Yeah, we add U, treat. Or the other one, other one. Yeah, we add one more sound. The next one is juncture. When a word begins with a vowel sound and the previous word ends in consonants, we link two sounds. We call them juncture. Like pick it up. You do not say pick it up. Pick it up. Turn it off. Drop it. Get it? Let me ask a question. What is elision? Nazanin? There is no Nazanin here. Mahdis?
What did you ask?
Elision. What do you mean by elision?
Elision, we have to not spell one sound. For example, you can say next step.
Yeah.
And we have not to say next step.
We omit one sound. Yes, we omit one sound. What is assimilation, Hania?
In assimilation, we add a word between the two.
No.
For example, mother and father.
No. Assimilation is changing the sound. Like 10 boys, which is changed to boys. Boys. Yeah? Hop bath. Good cause. It is assimilation. However, we should practice them with the learners in MFE. It is not a matter with vocabulary and grammar in function. We should practice with the learners. The next part and the last part is intonation. خب ما چند تا فیچرز بیان کردیم. segmental و suprasegmental. segmental ها گفتیم vowel, consonant, diphthong. این suprasegmental ها گفتیم word stress, sentence stress که مرتبط با connected speech و intonation. تو connected speech weakening گفتیم, assimilation گفتیم, Elysian گفتیم, اینا رو گفتیم و رسیدیم به intonation. Intonation, you know that we have rising intonation and falling intonation. مثلا تو فارسی میگیم که من به مدرسه میروم. من به مدرسه میروم. It is rising intonation. When you hear rising intonation, it means that, yeah, it is a question. Even you use affirmative sentence or exclamatory میشد. جملات خبری چی میشدن؟ یه لحظه من نگاه کنم. جملات خبری چی میشدن خدایا؟ exclamatory sentence میشه جملات تعجبی اینا میشن. exclamation دارن. interrogative هم میشه امری. باید پیداش کنم یادم رفته. ما جملات رو 4 دسته تقسیم میکنیم دیگه. میگیم interrogative میشن امری, exclamatory خبری. یه لحظه من پیدا کنم. declarative sentence پیداش کردم. حتی اگر our sentences are declarative sentence, we can change its meaning using the intonation to question. For example, as I told you, من به مدرسه میروم. It is declarative sentence. But by changing the intonation, the listener understand that it is a question. خب بذارید اینو براتون بفرستم. یا الله. خب میگه کیا ما حالا falling داریم میاریم پایین صدا رو میاریم پایین تو declarative sentence میگیم I live in France. نمیگیم I live in France. اینجوری سوالی میشه. وقتی دستور میدیم یعنی تو جملات interrogative جملات دستوری یا imperative ببخشید interrogative میشه سوالی. interrogative میشه سوالی. قاطی کردم همه رو. خب میگه sit down. نمیگیم sit down. exclamatory sentence. What a wonderful girl. وقتی که یه لیستی رو داریم میگیم یه چند تا کلمه پشت سرم رو داریم میگیم رو اون آخریه میگیم I like cars, trucks and bikes. اون دارم همه رو میریم بالا آخریه رو میریم پایین. WH question. Where do you live? و تک question هایی که اونایی که it's not a real question question واقعی نیستن میگیم don't you? You live in France, don't you? real question نیستش. دو تا معنی داره تک question ها دیگه. falling ها rising ها کجان؟ yes no question. Are you French? in every item اون آیتم های لیستی که گفتیم و آخریه falling بود قبلی همه rising هست. میگه I like cars, trucks and bikes.
dependent یا introductory sentences وقتی که if clause داریم، اونی که جمله که بعد if clause باشه rise بشه. میگه if she calls ask her to come. وقتی direct address میکنی یعنی یه نفر رو صدا میکنی sir, madam اینجوری باید rise بشه. sir, be careful with the ark. بعد tag question هایی که سوال واقعیه میگه you live in France didn't you. من اطلاع ندارم، سوال واقعیه دیگه، واقعا اونجا زندگی میکنی به این شکل. این هم میشه از این. برای پرونانسیشن هم میتونید کار مختلفی انجام بدید، با دست اشاره کنید، با کشیدن روی تخته اشاره کنید و کار مختلف. این هم یه تعداد کتاب هستش که توی درایوی که رو گوگل درایو باتون به اشتراک گذاشتم تو پوشه پرونانسیشن هست، میتونید از اون استفاده کنید، ایده هایی برای تدریس گرامر. اینم از محتوای امروزمون. خب پس سگمنتال ها چی شدن؟ یه نفر بگه. خب بفرمایید.
The segmentals are vowels, consonants and phonemics.
بله. Phonemics or phonemic نداشتیم. این که فونیم بود the smallest unit of sound. Vowel, consonant, diphthong. درست شد diphthong. خب سوبرا سگمنتال ها چیا بودن؟
Can I say?
بله.
Stress, connected speech, intonation, I think. Sentence stress.
Sentence stress, word stress,
Speech and intonation.
connected speech و intonation. احسنت. خب خسته نباشید، یه استراحت بفرمایید. بیایم برای سشن بعدی 11:45